This week's energy carries a really interesting invitation. Joy in the sun, gate 58, and stillness, focus, and perspective in the earth, gate 52. Not joy as excitement, not stillness as stopping, but joy as vitality and stillness as power. And I didn't just observe this energy from the outside this week. I lived it. I did a 2-day word fast. What surprised me most was where joy showed up when I stopped using words. It wasn't dramatic, it was simple. I laughed, and I laughed loudly because laughter was one of the only sounds I was allowing myself to make. I didn't interrupt it, I didn't summarize it, I didn't try to add meaning to it. I just let the moment be. And then I let the moment pass. And the more I did that, the more I realized how often I interrupt joy with narration, not because I mean to, but because I'm used to turning moments into meaning immediately. Joy didn't get louder, it got simpler. There was joy in not being asked what I was doing, joy in moving at my own rhythm, joy in learning without needing to explain or process in real time. I noticed how often I'm used to talking through my day before I've even had a chance to feel into it. Silence protected my rhythm, and that felt really good. One of the biggest surprises was how nourishing writing became. Not processing out loud, not thinking with someone else, but writing things down, one question at a time, one detail at a time. There's a quote that says, when you write things down, you take an entire forest and turn it into one tree. And that's exactly what it felt like. Fewer words, more clarity, more impact. I started asking myself, what is the least amount of words needed for this to land cleanly? And that felt honoring, not restrictive. It felt like my natural rhythm being respected. Stillness did something else too. It slowed down performance. I noticed how often I speak just to signal that I'm engaged, that I'm present, that I'm not rude, that I'm not disconnected. Without words, that entire layer fell away. And with it, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure fell away too. I didn't have to manage anyone else's perception of me. I didn't have to earn my presence. I knew what I was doing was for me, even if no one else did. And that permission really mattered. With fewer inputs, my body had more energy, not because I was doing less, but because I was leaking less, less managing, less anticipating, less narrating. My system felt clearer. When I stopped trying to hold the entire picture of my life, something became very clear. I only need the next step, not the whole plan, not the 5-year vision, not the entire map, one embodied step. That's it. And right now, my energy wants to move from learning into embodiment, from theory into practice, from knowing into mastery, because I could study forever. It's my one line. So I could study forever and still avoid living. Gate 52 does not rush, it focuses. Gate 58 does not force joy, it sustains vitality. Silence gave me something words never could. It gave me my power back. I realized how often I try to gain power with words by explaining, by being kind, by being articulate, by being thoughtful, by being available. Silence removed the pressure to perform any of that. I didn't need to justify my rhythm. I didn't need to earn connection. I just got to be. As speaking quieted, my body became louder. I noticed irritation sooner. I let things go faster. I stopped holding energy just to express it later. That is authority, not control, not force. Discernment, stillness is where I could feel what was mine and what wasn't. Thoughts that weren't mine, to-dos that weren't mine, responsibilities that did not belong to me. And when I paused and asked, what do I actually want to do right now? Clarity arrived. Joy made stillness feel safe instead of restrictive. Stillness made joy feel grounded instead of fleeting. When joy guides focus instead of obligation, beautiful things happen. When vitality becomes the compass instead of urgency, peace shows up. So this week, I'm not inviting you to do more. I'm inviting you to listen. Where might fewer words return vitality? What deserves your focused energy right now? Not eventually, not someday. And what would happen if you stopped narrating your life and started inhabiting it? That's what this week's weather asked us to embody. If this landed for you, if something in your body relaxed as you listened, or if you felt a quiet recognition of yourself in any of this, I want to invite you into a Reclaim Your Joy clarity call. This is not about fixing you, and it's not about forcing a plan. It's a space to get clear on what your biggest challenge is as you look towards 2026, clear on where your energy has been leaking, clear on what wants to be embodied next, not just understood. On that call, we'll look at what's actually going on beneath the surface, not just the symptoms, but the story. We might use quantum human design as a storytelling tool so you can see yourself with more compassion and context. We might work with hypnosis or timeline techniques to gently shift old patterns that no longer belong to you. We might use NLP to heal inner dialogue and soften the voice that's been running the show. Or gene keys to bring clarity and harmony into your relationships, starting with the one you have with yourself. And from there, we decide together whether it makes sense to work together more deeply or not. No pressure, just clarity, truth, and choice. If joy has felt distant, complicated, or conditional, this is a space to begin reclaiming it in a way that actually lasts. You can book your Reclaim Your Joy Clarity call using the link below. And whether we work together or not, my hope is that you leave with more peace, more self trust, and a clearer sense of what's yours to carry forward. Every Tuesday morning, we gather live in Limitless University for what I call our weekly energy alignment. We start by celebrating wins because your victories matter and deserve to be witnessed. Then we dive into the week's collective energy together, and we close in gratitude, setting the foundation for a week of flow and alignment. The transit report you just heard is one piece of our hour-long gathering. And there's something really special about experiencing this energy work in real time with other humans who get it. You can join us at diamonddripconsulting.com, and you can also find that link in the show notes.